Hey guys, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And this is a video that needs to be made before I can move on with any more content, because at the time of recording, I am currently just done with Halo Infinite. I am burnt out. I am done with the positive, the negative, everything with this game, and I need a break. And I know a lot of people are going to say, you're a Halo channel. How can you be done with Halo if you're a Halo channel? I'm stepping away until there's something to actually talk about, because right now we have nothing. And I know that there's updates that come out weekly and store updates. I don't feel like talking about the store every fucking week. I don't feel like regurgitating the same talking points and talking about the same items coming into the store and pricing and so on, when all of it is at its core a toxic negative bubble. It's a either forced positivity bubble or a toxic bubble, and it's just burst for me, and I'm not having fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, the gameplay of Halo Infinite is fun. The core gameplay and what is supposed to be there is fun, but when it comes to polish, content, and overall playability, this has gone to the point where I need to step away, because making Halo content is literally the one thing I don't want to do anymore. I'm going to step away, do something that's going to make me happy, my viewers happy, and something that I'm going to enjoy 100 times more. And then I'm going to come back whenever there's something to actually talk about, because right now, regurgitating the same shit, the same talking points, the same terrible news over and over again is not fun. And speaking of which, let's talk about a post that came out earlier this week. And I'm going to use a clip from Review Tech USA here, because it's not even just the Halo community that's fed up with this game. It's the mainstream community that's fed up with Halo and seeing the issues. I mean, people want to point out how terrible COD came out this year and how terrible Battlefield came out this year, but when it comes to Halo, people are just happy to have something that was functioning. And even then, this game has gone from functioning to dwindling more and more as time's gone on. And this is something that came out earlier this week, where they were talking about the issues with the cosmetics of the Cyber Showdown event. So instead of rambling on and trying to explain it right now, let's just go to the footage of Review Tech USA.
And in a Halo Waypoint update about the game, which they release weekly, it sounded condescending. This comes from GamingIntel.com. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. In comments later branded condescending, the developers broached a range of issues that they are currently working on, including a fix for the seemingly unfixable big team battles, long-awaited in-game store updates, and issues with the cosmetics in Cyber Showdown. Players found particular issue with the way the devs talked about fixing the issues with Neon Screen and Neon Hawk cosmetics. Now, I'm going to show you these here. Look at these still images that Gaming Intel included. Do those look like those were cosmetics that were ready for prime time? No, they're off center. They're lopsided. It looks like a project that a college student put together if they're trying to get into graphic design. It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, 343 responded to people noticing that the cosmetics were screwed up with a somewhat sarcastic tone. Eagle-eyed players noticed these two armor effects weren't absolutely perfectly aligned with their Spartans helmets, spurring some lighthearted memes. Don't worry though, we've busted out our levels and protractors, and we'll get these centered when Season 2 rolls around. Keep in mind, Season 2 for Halo Infinite isn't coming around until about May. I enjoy the game, but I don't expect the game to improve much at all. And that's the thing. I'm really enjoying the multiplayer, but which is strange because usually it's the opposite with me. I usually really enjoy Halo's multiplayer, and the single player is what I kind of ignore, but now it's the other way around. And part of it is because I like Team Slayer. I'm an old man. I like my stuff basic, but it just, the flow of the matches and getting into matches, it needs work. This is what happens when you release an unfinished product. Now, again, I have to reiterate this because it's not that I'm being entitled. I would have rather have had this game wait until everything was completed. All the multiplayer modes were completed. The co-op campaign was completed, until everything was put together. Let the devs take their time. Let them work a 9 to 5. Let them go home to their families and let them be happy, so we get a better product and they're not as stressed and their physical and mental health isn't ruined trying to get a game out. But I understand Microsoft really wanted something for the holiday season, but an unfinished product is an unfinished product. And look what's happening now, 343 and Microsoft. The reputation of Halo Infinite, which sucks because it still is a damn good game, is being marred. It's being sullied, and understandably so, because there's a lot of multiplayer competition out there. It's not 2007 anymore, and this isn't Halo 3 when like Halo was the top dog. So between you being out of touch with the community, taking forever to fix issues, and you're not competing with your competitors by having the same features, unfortunately, and it sucks because I really love this game, there's a good chance that Halo Infinite, maybe even a year from now, might be dead in the water.
And yeah, that's the issue. For as much as people are trying to understand where the studio is coming from, and don't get me wrong, I get what they were trying to do in that post. It was supposed to be comedic. It was supposed to be funny. But the way it came off to the community was condescending and rude. But what I think is the bigger issue is pointing out the incompetence of something as simple as a cosmetic needing fixing, taking 3 months until we're at season 2. I know that's not high on the priority list. I know that it's not something that takes priority over co-op and fixing desync and fixing big team battle and so on and so forth. But none the freaking less, this is a joke. This is ridiculous at the end of the day that we see tons of different studios that have these same kind of issues go and execute it within maybe a week, maybe a little bit more. I mean, for example, one of the games I enjoy, Apex Legends, which you're going to probably see a lot more of here on the channel because season 12 is coming right around the corner. And I'm not going to lie, that new control mode has me really interested, especially from a streaming aspect, which I'll be doing a lot more of. But when it comes to situations where a cosmetic has broken an entire game, for example, there was a Bangalore skin that caused the entire game to literally crash. They removed that skin for a time, fixed it, and within, I believe, a week or so, had it back up in people's inventory. This is getting ridiculous. The fact that this game came out in the poor state that it did after whatever time frame you want to say it's been for Halo Infinite's development, whether it was 6 years or 2.5, is ridiculous. And I'm not going to stick around right now. I'll come back when there's something to talk about, something that interests myself and my viewers, and basically doing something that isn't either trying to regurgitate talking points and trying to show the positive out of a terrible situation, or just continuously thrashing on this game whenever I'm just burnt out. And I felt this way for a long time. Don't get me wrong. This was happening before Infinite came out. Halo has been burning me out for the past few years because when I started this channel, I was doing a variety of things. I was doing product reviews. I was doing first impressions of new games. I was doing creative things that I had a lot more fun doing. Hell, I've had a lot of fun sitting down with my friend Tommy C and doing G Fuel reviews. And even then, they aren't the most popular thing, but I at least had fun. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm aiming to do. The idea of this being something that I dedicate myself to. I know that YouTube is a game where you need to niche down and you need to focus on one subject. Right now, that's not an idea. And I would rather be creating a variety of content and having a good time, and hell, even maybe putting more time into my streaming and my content over on Twitch. I would rather be doing stuff like that than continuing to pump out a weekly video where I just say, Halo Infinite store bad. Let's place the game mode that should have been here at launch. Video done. Like, I would rather go on stream and have a fun time playing Apex Legends, or doing something stupid like playing Demon Souls, which I'm not very good at, or maybe even playing an old retro GameCube game like, oh, I don't know, Sonic Gems Collection, which I might have a little something coming around the corner for that. But nonetheless, I would rather be doing that or talking about a product like streaming products like, the Elgato pedals that got announced a while back, or maybe doing some evergreen content like some tutorials or guides, or maybe answering some questions that people want to see answered here on the channel and giving you guys some actual useful information, not just the same old. Right now, just for my own sake, for the enjoyment of my community, I'm just stepping away from Halo Infinite. I'm not saying that I won't ever come back. I'm not saying that it won't become a better game, but for the time being, I need to focus on making the stuff I want to make and enjoying myself. You guys have seen this happen to me a number of times where I get burnt out, I step away, I come back, and I come back strong. I start making content and I go all in on it and I really focus up. But the problem is that with that, it then turns into Burnout again, because it's a repeating cycle. Whether that was Halo 4, Halo 5, the MCC, or Infinite, it's a repeating cycle of mistake after mistake, fix after a long amount of time that should have been much shorter, and then enjoyment. And I'm just tired of waiting. So guys, I know that this is a long-winded video. I know this is a little bit of a rant, but I needed to get this off my chest. I needed to be honest, and I needed to say that we're going to be doing some other things here on the channel. Like I said, Apex has a lot going for it right now. They're about to launch season 12, which is about to add a brand new 9v9 control mode, which people have been asking for, and I'm hoping is well done. But right now, I think this is what is best for the channel. I think this is what's best for my wonderful community that has continued to support me, and I highly appreciate, especially when we had our little town hall we had in my community Discord, link down below if you want to come join us, and what's best for myself. Because at the end of the day, if I'm not passionate about creating content, if I'm not passionate about getting behind this microphone in front of that camera and talking or doing something or creating in some way, then what's the point? But that's going to do it for this video. This has been a pretty long-winded kind of tangent, but it's something that needed to be said. It's something that I needed to get off my chest, and I hope that I will continue to have your support. Again, I'll be live over on twitch.tv/GamerJlee, link down in the description, a lot more often. So come hang out with us. Come ask me a few questions, and let's have a good conversation. If you have ideas of things you would like to see me create on this channel, let me know. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. So let's get back to having fun. Let's get back to doing creative things, and let's just get back to gaming in general. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. As always, GamerJlee signing out.